Today I'm going to be ranking every single track on Frank Ocean's album, Blonde, one of the most popular albums of all time, and for a good reason. And the way I'm going to be ranking it is through a tier list, and for those that don't know what that is, it's going to be these rows right here, S being the absolute best god tier music, some of the best tracks you've ever heard in your entire life, and F being absolute trash. So if you would have saw the video before this, you would have seen that I was going to be ranking Endless and this in the same video, but I kind of decided that I'm a crazy blonde glazer. There's going to be a lot of meat writing in this video, and I just have a lot to say about blonde where I was just like, I'm just going to make it into one video, one big, like one gigantic video. I glaze blonde so much that I want to get a tattoo kind of on my shoulder somewhere, just like the font, just kind of somewhere on my right shoulder. Blonde it was my top album of 2024, and it might be my top album of this year as well. I go and I sit and I watch or I listen through Blonde like start to finish multiple times a year. Almost I don't even know, too many times to count in a year. So like I said, gonna be a lot of glazing in this video, a lot of meat writing, but I kind of don't care. I love this album so much. It's gonna be great. So let's go ahead and start off with the beginning track song in the album, Nikes. So when I first listened to Blonde, I hated it. I hated Nikes. I think it was the high pitched voice. I remember listening to it the first time and just absolutely just not liking it. I think it's because I listened to Nights and I listened to Ivy and just kind of the popular songs in the album, and I was like, well, let me give the entire album a try. Listen to Nikes and I did not like it. But the more I listened to it and the more that I went through the album, Nikes has become my favorite one not my favorite, but one of my favorite Frank songs of all time. I don't There's something about like it's a crazy interesting way to start the album by having that like high pitched voice as the intro to your one of your most popular albums of all time. But I really love the story of like the switching between that woman that he's talking to about how her boyfriend doesn't care for her and blah blah blah, and then that kind of switch into his actual voice, kind of like reflecting back on that memory, because that's kind of all Blonde is, right? It's just kind of like a collection of stories, and like it's kind of like one collective story, but it's kind of not. It's just kind of Frank's like young adult coming of age teen memories, right? But great start to the album. S tier, automatic S tier for me. All right, now for Ivy, I would say Ivy's probably one of Frank's most popular songs. I think it's his number one. Maybe either Ivy or Pink and White. I can't remember for sure, but it's definitely up there in his like most listened songs of all time. I mean, it's an S tier. I wouldn't say it's as popular for me specifically than a lot of other songs in the album. I definitely listen to it very frequently, but not as much as a lot of other people do. But I mean, talking about his first love and just kind of like that we'll never be those kids again line is kind of just it's really touching to me because I kind of started listening to this album a lot through my senior year of high school, and kind of that line specifically, "We'll never be those kids again," was kind of touching to me because I'm like damn, this is it for me. I mean, like after this, I kind of got to grow up, and it's just kind of like it was just kind of a little touch to the heart for me, especially at that time when I was listening to it a lot. So S tier for Ivy as well. Pink and White is gonna again be an S tier, one of Frank's most popular songs as well. I'm totally not too sure on the story for Pink and White, but I just know it's a really good track. It's really beautiful, really vibey, just kind of like a late night drive, kind of just sunset kind of song, and it's one of his most popular for a reason. So in the last video, I said that a lot of the interludes I didn't like, and I put in D because I don't listen to him outside of the album a lot, and it's like there's no point. It's just kind of talking. But for Be Yourself, I think it's probably it's an A tier interlude. I listen to Be Yourself quite frequently just as it is. Just kind of when I need a little bit of motivation or just kind of I'm feeling a little down or something. I just sit and I turn on Be Yourself and I kind of listen, kind of take that advice and just kind of remember like, hey, you only really got yourself at the end of the day, so just be yourself and don't try to change yourself for anyone, you know what I mean? Just kind of know what you stand for and know who you are as a person. So I listen to that quite a bit actually, and I really love Be Yourself as an interlude and just listening to it as it is. Solo is another one that I did not like when I first listened to it. And actually, I didn't really like it a lot until fairly frequently, actually. For Solo, I don't know what it was about Solo. I think it was just, I just didn't listen to it that often. And I just didn't really like it that much. But the more I listen to Solo, the more I'm like, this is a banger song. I don't think it's S tier for me, but I would definitely put it in A. If you asked me maybe about a year ago, I would say Solo would probably be B or C. But Solo now is definitely an A, close to S. I'll even put it above Be Yourself over here. But yeah, another banger in the track, or yeah, in the album. Skyline 2, I don't know if it's underrated or not, but I don't see a lot of people talking about it as much as a lot of other songs in the track. And I would also put Skyline 2 in A. It's up there with like, maybe not Self Control, because, but we'll get that in a second. But it's just a very, just kind of just chill. A lot of the songs in the album are very like dry, like on a late night sunset drive kind of vibe. And Skyline 2 also has that, and it's just got a really beautiful melody, beautiful singing, and it's just, I don't know, the song overall is just very vibey, very beautiful. That's really all I gotta say about Skyline 2. All right, now on to Self Control. Self Control is an S tier. I listen to these songs literally all the time, and when it comes to Self Control, again, the singing is beautiful. The intro, again, is just amazing. Like the little with like distorted. I don't even know if you would call it distorted, but like the bullseye convo, bet you summer last night, and then the guitar. It's just Self Control again, a really beautiful song, and I mean, and then that outro of I know you gotta leave. It's amazing. I don't know what much more you could say about Self Control. It's just an amazing song. Now, Good Guy, again, is one of those songs that I didn't really like when I first kind of started listening to it. But the more I kind of listen to it, I would say either C or B, but I would say C. It's nothing insane. It's not bad. It's not good, like crazy. I mean, it's not, I wouldn't say that it's not good, but it's not bad. It's just kind of, just a good track. Just kind of does whatever. But it's not, I wouldn't put it any higher than a C. Now we move on to the big player of the album, Nights. I'm going to put this at the top of S tier. Nights is my favorite Frank song of all time. That is, Nights is is the Frank song for me. And I know it's been beaten to the ground. Like the beat switch is just amazing. The beat switch being the midpoint of the album, and it switching between the day portion of the album to the night portion of the album, just having that much meaning behind it. The singing is just like spectacular. Like I don't know what more I could say about the song that hasn't already been beaten into the ground, but Nights is just the Frank song. If there was one Frank song that I had to show to everyone and have everyone listening to, it would be Nights. Solo Reprise. I wouldn't put an FD. For me, it's kind of bad. I don't really like Solo Reprise. Something about like just the rapping for me just kind of like, it's not really it. It's not my kind of like flow. The instrumental really isn't my thing either. Solo Reprise. I get that a lot of people love that song, but just for me, I just don't mess with it at all. If I think Solo Reprise is the one song in the album that I skip almost every time. Almost every time I think I skip Solo Reprise. Sorry for all you lovers of that song out there. It's not my thing. So Pretty Sweet, again, is a song that I didn't really like when I first listened to it, and I would put it on the same like scale as like Good Guy. I've listened to it a lot more recently, and I would say it's probably a B. The whole part of I don't know how it goes. It's like I'm on this side. That part's really good. Really beautiful, and it kind of goes back to the Nights portion of I'm on this side of the album now. Like I'm on the night side. I'm on like I don't know. There's a video that I watched. I bet you some of you have seen it, but it's kind of talks about it, and that put a lot more respect for Pretty Sweet for me. And the instrumental is really good. The intro is it kind of throws me off a little bit, and it's really loud. It really throws you into the, because I can't remember what song it follows. I can't remember, but it's just kind of, I remember it's a big jump. Like it goes really quiet and then really loud to Pretty Sweet. So that kind of definitely is a little, throws it off for a bit for me, but Pretty Sweet, I would say it's good, but not higher than a B for sure. Facebook Story, it's a good interlude, but it's not anywhere on the level of Be Yourself when it comes to the interludes in this album. I think Facebook story should go in probably D. I still like the instrumental that it has for like because it has the instrumental for the same instrumental as Be Yourself, and I can't remember where else that instrumental is. I think it's at the end of Futura Free, Futara Free. I can't remember how you pronounce it, but the story itself really isn't anything insane. It's just kind of just him talking about, or just I can't remember the person that's talking, but talking about how his girlfriend broke up with him because she wouldn't he wouldn't follow her on Facebook. Nothing kind of crazy there. It's just kind of just it's a fine interlude. I'll just put it in D just because I kind of don't really have anything crazy to say about it. I wouldn't put it in anywhere higher than that. Close to You is the most underrated song on Blonde, I think. I don't really see anyone talk about Close to You, but I love that song. It is so good. It's short, and I wish the song was longer. I don't know, something about that just because it has that the melody of I can't remember who it's by, but the other Close to You song. But the beat is really good. The just kind of the tone of the song is really good. The meaning, like kind of talking about the breakup. I think that's what I'm pretty sure that's what the song is about. It's about the breakup. Talking about how like I'll be honest, I wasn't devastated. He wasn't devastated about the like at the breakup. I'm pretty sure. I could be totally wrong here. I could be just completely missing the mark. Close to You is definitely one of the most underrated songs on Blonde, and it's one of my favorite Frank songs, again, of all time. White Ferrari is an automatic S tier as well. I mean, man, is that a beautiful song. And I keep reiterating that point. It's a beautiful song. It's a beautiful song. But like, that's really all Blonde is. It's just a beautiful album in general. And none of this, I'm not going to say none of the songs miss, but White Ferrari going over the grief of the breakup and the wish that it went different. The ending of I'm sure we're taller in another dimension, saying maybe we could have made it work in a different like in a different universe, in a different reality. We could have made it work. It's just touching, I guess. And something about White Ferrari is just kind of just you kind of just sit and you just sit there and you're like damn. But yeah, I mean White Ferrari I don't think could go anywhere lower than an S tier. So now Siegfried, like I said, a lot of glazing in this video. I'm gonna put it in S as well because I want to, I guess, because I love this song. I think Siegfried was probably one that really stood out for me when I first listened to the album. And I listened to constantly. I listened to Siegfried a lot, and especially in the winter. The ending part of that I do anything for you. My singing's kind of trash, but you get the point. But that part is that ending bit is just really good. The little "This is not my life" is really good. Like the kind of just going over the grief of after the breakup and just realizing like there's no saving this relationship, like just being so down and so low, being so low that you just don't know what to do, and just doing drugs to try to escape the reality of what's like this broken relationship. So again, I don't think Siegfried can go any lower for S for me on the tier list. So Godspeed is one that is really loved by a lot of people, but I don't kind of get the hype behind it. Like I get, it is a beautiful song. Again, that's what I've been saying the whole time, but I just don't think that it hits as much as these top ones do. I'm definitely still gonna put it in hate. I don't think it could go any lower than A. I don't catch myself listening to it as much as I do all of these S tiers, right? I love the story of like accepting that was it and accepting that I still learned from the relationship, I still grew, but our time is done. I love the message behind it, and like how it fits within the entire story of Blonde. Like the instrumental and the just the way that the song flows just doesn't do it for me as much as the other ones do. But still, it is still a great track, and I don't really have anything bad to say about it. It's just not S tier for me.
Welcome to How to Pronounce. In today's video, we'll be focusing on a new word that you might find challenging or intriguing. So let's dive into today's word. Futura. Let's say it all together. Futura. Futura.
Futura. I still don't know if that's how you pronounce it, but Futura. I can't pronounce it. Futura Free. I'm gonna go A for Futura Free. I kind of want to put it in S, but I think there's some things that kind of drag it down for me from going S. Mainly that little end part, the kind of just dead silence kind of brings it down, I think. The little end bit of, I mean, every single time I listen to the album, I'll still listen to that little end bit, but it's just as it kind of brings it down as it just does as a singular song. I kind of understand where the singing is a little weird, or like the beginning that I kind of get that, but it's still really good. Like I can't remember what part it is. Like they're trying to find Tupac. That part is really good, and I really like that little bit, like that little kind of section of the song. Again, like I said, that little end bit kind of takes it down from being an S, and just like that little bit of singing in the beginning kind of takes it down as well. But I still think it is a really good track, and I wouldn't say it's underrated. I still think a lot of people like that song and listen to that song, but I don't think it gets a lot of the love that it deserves. You know what I mean? So here is the final ranking for Blonde. Like I said, I was going to glaze this from the beginning. There's obviously a lot of S tiers and a lot of A, very few mediocre songs in the album. But I mean, it's one of the most popular albums of all time for a reason, right? And it's just the album overall is just amazing. And there's kind of not really more I can say than that on when it comes to Blonde. So yeah. Now when it comes to Blonde on the like entire tier list of all the albums that I'm gonna be ranking, I gotta give it S. It might be Glaze, it might be me writing Frank Ocean, bouncing up and down on it, but I kind of don't care. Blonde is an S tier album, and I think a lot of people would agree. There's a reason that the vinyl's so expensive. There's a reason that it gets talked about so much. There's a reason that like people love the album so much, and it's because it's an S tier album. I know I said I was gonna go through Endless as well, but I kind of didn't want to make this video super long. I'm gonna finally start moving on to some music that I've never listened to before, so I kind of don't know what the first one will be. I'll start making myself a list of kind of some albums that I want to listen to. There's a couple that my coworker gave me. Some albums that I've listened to, like a good chunk of them, but I haven't listened to them fully. An artist that I really want to get into is Mac Miller. So I've started listening to a lot more Mac and a lot more songs, but I don't think I've ever gone through an entire album. So that's kind of something that I want to do. So maybe one of his albums will be the first ones that we'll start with. So be on the lookout for that. If you want to see the video of me going through Channel Orange and Nostalgia Ultra, go ahead and click right here, and I will hope to see you guys in the next video. Peace.